Before I begin, I would like to explain that this video may seem borderline paradoxical, but it is regarding wasting time. But to be more specific, it is about the self-harm that can come when you're wasting your time. Let me explain. Sometimes you want to build a monument to your sins, and sometimes this is not the thing to do. It really depends upon the medium, your artistic medium. I'm going to get vulnerable. So here we go. This is Fallout Shelter. You might have played it, might not. I have 179 hours in this. Yeah, got it on Steam because my phone is behind the times. Couldn't play it on my phone. And I'd like to ask you, have you ever been naked on a beanbag eating Cheetos, depressed and listless? Well, I was in that state, but fleeing into Fallout Shelter of all things. What are you running from? And how much did it cost you? And not just did you spend the $5 for the intro package for the game you're playing. I did not for Fallout Shelter. Never gave them a dime, but that $5 was there and it called. Now, I want you to consider some lyrics from Avery Watts, because personal power can be found even in the music you're listening to. The power of media. Media matters. I think there's a group out there that's a pain in the ass, but anyways, that's enough. Put your seatbelt on. Prepare for a collision, because those who see with the eyes of the blind, they lack vision. I want you to consider the idea that we are men who see the truth. We have cast off the scales. We are seeing the future, and it is not good. We have the vision of the future darker days. However, we are not blind. Work, eat, sleep, wake, repeat, 8 by 5 by countless weeks. Coffee, copies, floppies, faxes, troubles, traffic, caskets, taxes. Sound familiar? Sounds like the salt mine of being a modern man. You have to work to eat, work to live, eat to live. But you can see what it is that you need now, not what you have to have. You know what your 60,000 to be happy is. You know how you could do it for less if you wanted to. You know that as you're running this solo, you won't need the 120,000 to keep you, the wife, add some kids, 10,000 to 20,000 a kid a year. The deal is, you know how much you need to work now, how hard you need to work. What you need to give to get, what you need to get to build, what you need to build to fulfill yourself. You're no longer in the rat race. You're an informed man questing for meaning and experience. You're not in the race anymore. You've climbed up to the top of the maze. You're now walking along the walls and looking at the bounty of all this. And you're getting to ask, where's the cheese? But meanwhile, fact is media sass. We find life's answers in magazines. But why even read? Everything that you need to believe is on a box we call the TV. The power of the external. It's back again. If it was darkness, it would be our old friend. That which rests outside of you, that wishes to be inside of you and your mind, to own you. The lyrics continue into indictment of consumerism, but after that, there's a grand point to tie back to the Fallout Shelter confession. Go into the world and make a name, or just do it online in a video game. You can stay inside until you scream, and you can live your life in front of the screen. A screen. My bad. Like I said, scripts are great if I could read. Be mindful of your vices, is all I'm trying to say. I'm not telling you to save the world. I wouldn't know how. Wouldn't know where to begin telling you how to do that. But the deal is that if you're going to end up locked in front of your vices, unable to escape them, that's not good. You don't want to let them own you. You don't want an overindulgence in recreational media, slavish, not Slavish, 12 Years a Slav, slavish behavior to the external. Or even having 200 plus hours in Borderlands because you cannot find something that means something. Now, I'm not dissing Borderlands. That was an amazing series for what it was worth. But if you find yourself playing a game because there's nothing else to do, because inside of you, you don't have much going on, it might be time to find something, to put the controller down, put the keyboard down, put the mouse down, and find media that bolsters you. Find messages to garb your mind in. I want you to resist, if you can, the self-immolative idea that it's cringy. You know, you'll be, well, don't those like powerlifters do that? You know, don't people have a playlist to get like amped up? If I'm not mistaken, Mick Foley of WWFE, as it were, he used to get pumped listening to Tori Amos. No shade, I'm just saying. You have to have a way to empower yourself. If the external can't help but get inside your mind, tailor it. You curate that external. But do not take the knee to any bottle, blade, or dose. This is your way. Put the blue petrol down before you dump it on yourself and light it up. Or blue gasoline, petrol, what have you, fuel. Just put it down. Clear your mind. If you're like myself and you're out of fighting shape, which if hockey mask time does come around, you will hopefully be ready for, it might be time to start training. You could start simple with the walk or zombies run, couch to 5K, unpaid mentions. If you think I have a sponsor, that's hilarious. No, I'm not paid. The deal is that I use both of those apps to try to get back into fighting shape. I'm just saying there is a world out there. You do not have to interact with a single person, but it is an amazing 3D walking simulator. Take a break from the raiding, from PvPs, from leagues, from missions, from guilds, from discords, and the like. Put the false refuge down. And if gamification walking isn't your thing to start, get an audiobook or a book that you'll have the phone read to you. There are TTS voices on the App Store for cheap. You upload a book even if you have to procure the book through alternative methods, if you know what I mean. You get that up there, you hit read, you start walking, you just listen. Create for yourself something better than the media that owns you. Unshackle your mind from the blue haze of media and the message that will bind you in ways that you may not even see. Now, before I go, I want to give you an example of some classic blue haze. Was it like blue pill? No, this is blue haze. This is the idea of something that enters into your mind, it wafts over it, and in that haze, you are lost. You can't see right. The horizon is blurry. The world is blurry. It's like a sandstorm of soy. How about that? A soy storm. In my life, there's been heartache and pain. I don't know if I can face it again. Can't stop now. I've traveled so far to change this lonely life. I want to know what love is. I want you to show me. I want to feel what love is. I know you can show me. I know that you can show me external validation. I place the burden of proof on the external. The woman is the one who will have to end the loneliness. Without her, love is unknown to me. That sounds terrible, doesn't it? Wandering around, get like a card. You want a rubber stamp on it? Will you love me? Will you love me? Will you love me? Why can't you love you? Why can't you take care of you? Get out of the blue haze. Solitude is not loneliness. You are always with you. You are the only one who will be with you until the very end. You are your greatest ally. You are the first, last, and only truth of if you feel what you know of love. Blessings of love upon you, gentlemen.